Well, I figured I'd do one more video today, actually, from something that is just being discussed on Discord, actually. It's in relation to men and women and money and what guys look for, what women look for, and how each sex generally looks at the other sex's wealth. Okay, so let me start with guys. So for the ladies out there that are watching, generally, guys don't give a shit what kind of job you have, what kind of degree you have, where you went to university, how high you climb the corporate ladder, how much money you bring in. Guys generally don't give a shit. Like, that's not what we're looking for in a woman at all. Obviously, we want some things, like we want the women that we date and marry to obviously be self-motivated, driven, good hard workers, all that kind of stuff. But like, we don't give a shit like how much you make. I mean, that's not, most guys still hold, despite the modern dating outlook of many people, which is bullshit in my opinion. It's going to destroy this country. Most guys still hold the view of like a traditional type of role between men and women, where men are the providers. That's who we've always been, always, like since like the Ice Age days. That's what we've been, the providers, the protectors. And guys, whether they realize it or not, generally want to fill that role. So they're not looking for, this is why, like, okay, so, and you really have to watch dating channels for this kind of stuff. Some of you might watch dating channels and you know what I'm talking about. So a lot of women these days want to be self-empowered. Women power, right? They're like, they're the boss bitch. Guess what? No guy wants a boss bitch. I mean, maybe like 1% of guys do, but by and large, guys do not want a boss bitch in our lives. We want women who are like, they're just like soft-spoken, you know, that they're just like, they're beautiful, they're soft. They should be somebody that you want to wrap your arms around, not somebody you want to have a fight with. It's like, no. So people don't like the boss bitch, and I find this hilarious because society is pushing all this girl power stuff and this women's empowerment stuff, and it's kind of hilarious because there's this new backlash actually that's starting, and people are starting to like look at traditional wives and like how they live their life and their kind of lifestyle, and going, oh, I kind of want this. I don't want to be an empowered woman, because empowered women have to go out and prove themselves in the workplace. And guess what? Then they're working. They have to work. I mean, the unfortunate thing in the US is, like most families, you almost need a 2-earner income to get by, which is not cool, because back in the day you didn't. But now a lot of times you do. But even if you don't, I mean, it's like women, there's a lot of women now, like on TikTok, and you'll find them on YouTube too, where they're kind of having regrets about being a boss babe and being all empowered and shit and going to work and like getting the job and climbing the corporate ladder. And they're like, you know what, I'd rather be at home doing laundry, making sandwiches, and not dealing with all this bullshit. So it's kind of a hilarious blowback. I would never date a woman who is a boss bitch. It's not, no. And I don't, you know, if a woman has money, awesome. Actually, I say it would be, for me, like the more money that a woman has, I actually feel more comfortable if I have more than her, especially, or even less than her. It doesn't matter. That I wouldn't have to sign or that we would sign a prenup. She should have no problem with that. She understands money. She's acquired it. She's accumulated it. She's invested it. She knows money, and she certainly wouldn't want to lose her wealth to me if we got married and then we divorced. She wouldn't want that, and she should understand my perspective as well. So I have no problem dating somebody who doesn't have really much money. I have no problem. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's irrelevant, except for the exception if somebody has really bad money habits, like they are super deep in credit card debt and they're just like spending their money on stupid shit that they don't need. It's a warning signal to me, and it should be for you guys. No matter if she's a hottie, like if she's got attributes like that, stay the fuck away, because she will destroy your wealth. She will destroy it. Her bad money habits, she's gonna be going out and buying Louis Vuitton handbags, going to the spa, going to the nail salon, going on girls' trips to Vegas, or Mazatlan or whatever. That's what she's going to push you for. And she's going to want her own luxury vehicle. That's gold digger type stuff there. And there are plenty of women who are gold diggers. I'm sure there are guys that are gold diggers. I just think it's a really small percentage. I'm a guy. It's like I kind of know guys. It's like I don't think there are a whole lot of guys who are gold diggers. There are some, but it's a much smaller percentage of men that are gold diggers versus women. So you got to be really careful. And and that's okay. So let me just talk about female nature a little bit. And so this is normal. Like, there's a huge problem actually in dating for a lot of people. It's caused a lot of people to be single in this world, and it's called hypergamy. And this is something that generally applies to women, where it's like their standards basically get so high that nobody is going to match their criteria. Nobody. Because you gotta have $1 billion, and you gotta be 6'6" and have like a 9-inch schlong, and you gotta have all this stuff. And it's like the number of people in this world that meet those criteria and are single and would be interested in you are pretty damn small. Might even be non-existent. There's actually a couple dating channels, relationship channels on YouTube where they actually go over stats. It's like they've got, somebody made a website called the Female Delusion Calculator, and it's like you put in what you're looking for your man or potential man to make per year, like what kind of salary, how tall he should be, stuff like that. Like, it can be overweight or not, and stuff like that. And women are constantly surprised that the number of men that are single that would match their criteria is actually very, very small. I mean, so small that I kind of laugh. Like, these women who date a ton of people but just haven't found that unicorn that they're looking for, man, they're never going to find him. Here's the thing. It's like, I read this. I think I've read this. Maybe I heard this on a video a number of years back. It was basically like, if you find somebody who meets 80% of your expectations, you better grab on tight. Because it's very unlikely that you are going to find somebody who meets 100%. So if you find somebody who meets 80%, man, you better grab their hand and run through life together, because that's a pretty damn good match, And so you got to think about that kind of stuff. That, it's if you're looking for a relationship, that's something to think about. I'm not that, it's like go watch the dating channels and stuff like this, and there are a number of them out there that you can find that have good information, for guys, especially. I haven't really looked at the ones for women, but the ones for guys. There are a lot of good ones out there, but check that out. But yeah, generally speaking, guys do not give a crap about what women make or how much money they have or what the size of their brokerage account. We don't give a shit about that. Now, as guys, like, I think guys have this thing where, like, they have this peacock syndrome thing where it's like, as a guy, we have to be like, check out my house, check out my brokerage account, check out my whatever. And that's probably part of that is probably like from ages ago, where we had to like prove ourselves to women, because honestly, women have always been, it's like that is in order to procreate and further the human race, like you have to hook up with a woman, right? You can't do it on your own, despite what these crazy people think that I, as a man, can have a woman can have a baby just because I say I'm sorry, I'm like a little irritated. I forgot my tampons today, if you know what I mean. So anyway, but women are the gatekeepers of humanity, right? They're the gatekeepers of birth and procreation. And so it's like, it's our job as guys to win over the women. Now, women, so it's like, if women find out that you're super wealthy and they're really into you because of that, you're in deep shit, because you just found yourself a gold digger. And this is actually, so when I was dating several years ago, I recognized this as being a potential problem. And I was like, shit. I'm like a multimillionaire. I'm like, I was 40 at the time, and I was like, shit. I'm like, I don't want somebody to like me just for money, right? That's not good. So what I did is I rented a middle-class house, just in a middle-class neighborhood, and I stayed there for a while. And when I dated people and we got together and I came over to my place, it was actually there. It was a rental. And I didn't tell anybody that I was a business owner. I didn't tell anybody that, that I was a millionaire. If somebody asked what I did for work, I said I worked at an IT company, which is true, I did. And if somebody got more specific, it's like, well, I worked in management at the IT company, which is also true. But I never, ever told them that I was the owner of the company, ever. I would only do that kind of stuff like if I get to know somebody and I trust them and I like them. I like their personality, who they are, and I feel like I've vetted them, right? So you got to be careful about that kind of stuff, especially for a lot of you guys that are coming into a lot of money after this bull run that we've got in the Grayscale Trust. You got to watch out for that stuff. You got to think about that. So I mean, what women want, I mean, it's like women generally want, and this is where the ladies could probably provide a better answer, but based on, the stuff that's out there, it's like the women want somebody who's going to be there to provide and protect for them, right? That's what they want. They may not know that, they may not even say that, but that's why women want a tall guy, like 6 foot and up is the general answer that you get from a lot of people. And it's like they want a fit guy, and it's like, they want somebody who can make good money. Why do they want to have somebody who makes good money? Well, because they want to be provided for. You don't need to be making millions of dollars per year, or have a $1 million brokerage account or bank account, but they want, to be provided for. And that's a part of, I think, acceptable female nature. Where it gets out of hand and out of control in today's society is we got a bunch of people, women and men, but especially women in regards to this conversation, watching social media and what people post for like what they did for their spa trips, their shopping, what kind of vehicles are they driving, private jets, all this shit. And so women, because of their hypergamous nature, are going to be like, well, I'm not going to settle down with a guy unless he can provide me with those things, because I'm number one. I'm the princess. This is the fucking princess syndrome. This is like Disney movies and shit. It's bullshit, people. It's bullshit. That stuff doesn't fucking exist. You don't have one soulmate. No. That's like a bullshit lie. It's like there are a lot of people that would work for you. And, but for a lot of people, like a lot of women have this like princess syndrome where it's like they're the prize. It's like, listen, sister, you might think you're the prize, and yeah, that's great, but guess what? Your guy is also a prize, because you better be looking for your prize. It's like your match. They're your match. You can't call just yourself a prize and be like, everybody else has to work for me. It's like, that is the most narcissistic, fucked up type of relationship. I would never go for that, and I would never expect that, never want anything like that. So you got to be careful. You got to set your realities and expectations. But yeah, for the ladies that are watching me, we don't give a shit about your bank account, brokerage account, your title at work, your profession, where you went to school. We don't give a crap. You got to be sexy. You got to be soft. You got to be cooperative. Like you can't be a boss bitch. We do not want those kind of confrontations on a regular basis. We do not want to be fighting with you for power in the house or anywhere. It just doesn't work, So, yeah. But anyway, so this is like on dating. This is on dating, which is not an easy subject, especially in today's day and age, man. I feel really bad for millions of men and women, actually, in the U.S. in particular. I don't know exactly what it's like elsewhere, but like in the U.S., it's really tough with the dating apps and just like the bullshit expectations that everybody has of each other. I don't know. It's kind of tough. Like it would be really tough. Like I've, you know, it's like I've dated people on and off, you know, for a while, and it's like and I know like the older ladies are gonna be pissed off about my statement, but I gotta tell you, younger women, like from 19 to like 24 is like the ideal age for like finding a woman that is not a boss bitch. I mean, after that, especially after 28, is what I've noticed. Like 28 and above is like, man, you got some serious issues. But women in their 30s and 40s, fucking A. Like it's a whole different game, and it's not like when you're dating, you know, in your early 20s. It's not. It's a totally different game out there. So things change as people get older too. So if you're in your 30s or your 40s, you know, you might obviously be having a challenging time finding somebody. I mean, it's not that hard to find somebody if you just want to have some bedroom fun, but to have somebody that you actually want a relationship with, that's a different ball game. So yeah. So anyway, so this video covered quite a few topics in relation to men and women in relationships and what we're looking for, you know, in each other. And yeah, money plays an important role in all relationships, because if you don't have money, then you can end up arguing over money. You want to have plenty of money, obviously, but if you're a guy, be careful about flaunting your stuff, because you could attract gold diggers. You don't want that. You want somebody who is financially responsible, right? And it's not going to destroy your wealth, right? And generally, like women, guys don't give a crap like about your wealth or any of that stuff. That's not what we're looking for a partner. You know, we're looking for a partner that we enjoy being around and that we would like to be around a lot, you know, for the rest of our lives if we're looking for a wife. So yeah, so just some thoughts. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna love to see the comments on this video. I don't even know what people are gonna say, but leave your comments below. What do you guys think? What do the guys think? What do the ladies think? You know, all that stuff. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Probably from the Midwest. This is my last full day in Florida for a while, but I will be returning here soon. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care.